Don't make a noise. We're about to review McFarlane Toys Batman Hush. What's up everyone, I'm Adam from FWCI Collector's Edition. Down here, yes. Trying a bit of a different format. I'm going to do a review of this figure. I've already unboxed it, I've already looked at it, taken all my notes, and I think this is going to be a much better way to review these action figures in a way that I think is a lot more informative for you, the viewer. So subscribe if you appreciate the effort that I'm putting in with this one. Now, I've got some pretty mixed feelings about this figure, but if we have a look at the packaging, it's your standard McFarlane Toys packaging with this render of Batman Hush on the back. Before we get into the figure, let's have a look at the trading card and have a read of the blurb. I always try to do this in the most dramatic way possible, so let's give it a crack. As a child, Bruce Wayne watched as his parents were brutally killed in Gotham City's crime alley. Traumatized by their deaths, he devoted his life to becoming the world's greatest weapon against crime, the Batman. To become the ultimate vigilante, the Dark Knight disciplined his mind and body to reach the pinnacle of mental and physical superiority in his relentless pursuit of justice. It's a very general recount of who Batman is. So my first impression of the figure unboxed was pretty good. I mean, it looks pretty fantastic. I love that era of Batman with the yellow, grey, and black color scheme. It just gives me vibes of the animated series Batman, which is definitely my favorite. And all the paintwork on there is pretty spot on as well. There's no real visual issue with the figure. That's kind of where the upsides to this end though. Because when we look at the articulation, I mean, it has the articulation, but it all feels very limited. In fact, I think this is a repaint of an old, maybe multiple previous Batmans, so if you have those, you're probably aware of what this articulation is like. But it has butterfly joints, but they provide the most minimal of movement. It has an ab crunch, but it provides the most minimal of movement. The head is not too bad. It has a little bit of range on there, but it still doesn't feel like good articulation. You got pinned, double jointed legs and arms, but the ankles is where the problem is. Now, somebody get Quentin Tarantino on the phone straight away, because the feet on this figure are not good. They're very, very small. The ankles are kind of a substitute. They have like that round ball ankle. It's kind of a substitute for some of the missing articulation up the leg kind of thing, like a boot cut and a thigh cut and things like that. And mine are a little bit loose, and it has a real hard time standing up. So the Tarantino test, it fails miserably, and which is a real shame, because to me that's one of the most important things with an action figure, is the feet need to be stable. That's why we do the Tarantino test here on FWCI Collector's Edition. But overall, the articulation, it's there, but it's not there at the same time. It's a very disappointing figure in terms of articulation. And I'm pretty new to the McFarlane line, so this might be completely expected with this, because, like I say, pretty sure this is a repaint. But if that's something that you're expecting to be resolved with this, I don't think it has been. Now, he comes with a couple of batarangs and some different holding hands, which I'm going to see how I go with getting those batarangs in both hands, because they're very different grips, but I'm sure they're both designed for the batarang, because, you know, Batman definitely is, something that McFarlane does a lot of, and I'm sure they repurpose a lot of things, and a lot of parts are sculpted specifically for Batman accessories. And he comes with an interesting thing. I think this is a kryptonite ring on his hand, so if he needs to go toe-to-toe with Superman, he's all ready for that. But a few extra hands, not too bad. I can't really complain about the amount of accessories we've got in it. The cape on this is not a soft goods cape. It's a big, heavy rubber cape, and it's a big reason that you can't stand him up properly with the ankles. However, there is a mild upside to this. So depending on how you pose the legs, you can use the cape as a bit of extra support to get him in a bit of a pose. It's still not ideal because it uses more shelf space if you need to like move the cape backwards or whatever, or if it makes it a little bit delicate if it moves and the figure falls over and stuff. It's not exactly the best, but if you really like the figure and you really want to pose it, get a bit of space and put him in a nice crouch pose or something and utilize the cape as like a third leg in a tripod to keep the figure standing up. So my final thoughts on this figure, it's a bit rough. It looks fantastic, and if I can get it in like the perfect pose and it can stay there securely and everything like that, then I'll definitely put it on display because visually it looks great, the paintwork is great, the sculpt is great, the head sculpt on there is very comic-y, but it looks like a comic as well at the same time. It's exactly what you want for this kind of thing. So I don't know if it's going to be shelf-worthy for a long time. I feel like it might be placeholder shelf-worthy on my personal DC shelf. I hope you found this video informative. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on this figure and the McFarlane line and all the McFarlane Batman figures. Very keen to enjoy a conversation with you down in the comments about all this kind of stuff because I just love talking about it. And make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, do everything like that. Help this channel grow, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. And as always, be well, stay safe, look after your figs. See you in the next video. Peace.